Drills Talk, episode 183. In this episode, we're going to discuss the benefits of interest income. Interest income is making money off of your money, making money. It is awesome. Of course, you need money to get there. I talk about it plenty of times in these Drills Talks about how to get money. We're going to talk about what to do when you get money. This may be something you want to watch after you feel you have some money, or you can watch it before and be prepared when you do. Let's go.
Yo, Drills.
Created by the great wizard of the new world.
Drills Talk, episode 183. In this episode, we're going to discuss the benefits of interest income. But before we get started, please like, subscribe, show your love however you would like to show your love. Here we're entrepreneurship/mindset motivation channel. Every Monday, a new blog. Every Wednesday, a new Drills Talk. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Let's get started. Number one is you become the bank. You become the person who's getting paid to lend money. And that's what we understand banks to be, right? Those are the institutions you go into, you say you need a loan, they give you a loan, you pay them interest. You go in, you say you want a credit card, they give you a credit card, you use it, you pay them interest. You can become that person. You can become the bank. So I have $1,000. I'm going to lend that $1,000 at whatever interest rate I decide. Now, you can decide who you're going to lend to, what you're going to lend, and we'll get into that later on in the episode. But to keep it simple, 10% interest rate for the year. I lend $1,000. I make 10% for that 12-month period on my $1,000, which is $100. Doesn't sound like much, but when you get to 100,000 and you get to 1,000,000 and you're making 10% on 1,000,000, that's $100,000, 6 figures, right? Just on interest. You didn't do anything with that million. You may think that, okay, well, it's at risk, but that's when you vet who you're lending that money to. There is a risk that you don't get it, and that's why interest rates go up. So if you ever wanted to know why credit card interest rates are in the 20s, as opposed to down there where, secured loans where your home is there and things like that, it's because it's unsecured. They can charge up the card and never pay it back. For the people who are going to pay, that 10% that we would have gave you, and the people who are not going to pay, which even if it was 50%, it wouldn't matter because we're not getting that money. We charge everyone, and I say we, just, saying that I'm the person who's lending money out. Everyone pays 25%. So now, yeah, the people who are going to pay on time suffer, but the people who are never going to pay in the beginning, your chance or your amount of loss is not as much because you have the people who are going to pay, who are willing to pay, paying extra, even double what I was stating. So 10% to about somewhere in 25, 26, 27% range. But either way, it's your money. You choose the interest rate. You choose who you're going to lend it to, but you become the bank. The banks are now competitors. Keep that mindset and see how quick you get there. Number two is you choose what sector you enter. So what are we lending that money for? We're lending it to people, but why? We're lending it to businesses, but what kind of business? All right, so when you have your money, let's say I have a lump sum of 100K. You can start with whatever amount you want, right? But let's say we have 100K and we're going to charge a 10% interest rate. We're looking to make $10,000 off of our money for the year. But where? Where are we most comfortable lending that money? Do we want to do it with personal loans, the people who are having money problems? Maybe not. I mean, you can if you want a higher interest rate, but then there's that chance of not getting that money back, right? What about real estate? See, real estate may be a little safer if you put it in the hands of someone who's done the job before. They're buying something, they're rehabbing it, they're selling it. And then when they sell it, the end part where everybody gets the cash, you get your money back. It's a lot safer than giving it to someone who's already having money problems, who may continue to have money problems. This person who's borrowing money for fix and flip may not have money problems. It's a business transaction. So you got to understand who you're lending your money to, what you're comfortable with. So what sectors are you with? Other sectors can be startup businesses. This past episode, I think episode 182, I discussed royalty income. You can utilize your money and buy into startups as opposed to lending them money. Or you can lend money to non-startup businesses who just need a line of credit, but you can supply that line of credit and charge 10%. where your paperwork or your process is a lot less than a bank. They don't have time. They need the money now. Maybe they had credit issues in the past, but now they're good to go. But the banks won't do it because of some, arbitrary amount of time that hasn't passed. But you say, no, I see this business is making money. I can give you a line of credit. And now that line of credit is yours. You're the bank. It's just a different way of thinking. I know, you're stuck in the I work for money thing. You don't need to. You work for money to have that money work for you. And one great way is interest income. Number three is 100% passive. Passive income, you hear that a lot. Everybody wants it. Nobody wants to work. It always comes with work in the beginning. So 100% passive is like after the work. So you work hard and then after the work, you get 100% passive income. What we are, normalized with is like, okay, well, we work real hard or we don't work so hard, but we work for a, company and we're getting our check whether we bust our tails or we do nothing that week. That's not going to be the case here, because here you need to save up a nice nest egg, a nice amount of money to be able to put aside and say, this is specifically for lending. Now, when you get to that position and you get there, it's awesome. But it's going to take work to get there. It's going to take diligence. It's going to take budgeting. It's going to take some sort of different level of commitment, because obviously if you had that before, you would have had that amount. But once you get there, once you do the work of saving, once you do the work of accumulating and setting it aside, now you have money that can make money, meaning that you don't have to work. It's a beautiful thing. It is one of the 7 streams of income. You may see other people talk about 8 or whatever, but it's just splitting one of them into 2. But the 7 streams of income, most of us are really, really entrenched in the trading time for money part of income. And that's the worst part. That's the most common and is the absolute worst. So hopefully interest income is something you can aspire to when you go into that job that you don't want to go to. And you say, how the hell am I going to get out of this? Interest income can be one way out. I hope you consider it. Save up that money. Become the bank. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. It's drills.com. Check this shit. It's Drills.